Functions are something that you talked a lot about in Algebra 1. You started off the year probably talking about equations. This is an equation, but because whenever I graph this equation, it looks something like this, we call it a function for a couple of different reasons. For every input, like let's say I input the number 1, I'm going to get exactly 1 output. If I put 1 in, I get 3 out, because 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. If I put -2 in, so if I go over here to -2, I'm going to have exactly 1 output. If I put -2 in, I'm going to get -3 out, because 2 times -2 is -4 plus 1 is -3. So these points are actually on this equation. And because for every input there's exactly 1 output, we call this a function. So instead of writing it like this, we can write it in function notation. For every input, for x, I'm going to get exactly 1 output. That means that the vertical line test passes it. If I had something like this would not be a function, because if I put in the number 1, I could get out this, I could get out this. It doesn't pass the vertical line test. This one is not a function. So you might have a problem that says evaluate this function at f of 5. This simply means that if I put in 5 for x, what am I going to get out? So in this particular case, if I put in 5, I'm going to get 11. So that means that the point 5, 11 is going to be on the graph. So if we look at a table for a function, because we can have only 1 output for every input, if I have something that looks like this, I check my inputs. For the input 1, I get out 4. For 2, I might get out another number, something like this. But if one of these output numbers would go to 2 different input numbers, then it would mean it's not a function. So whenever you are trying to determine if a table is a function, you don't, so in order to be a function, you cannot have any repeats in the domain, or x. Can't have any repeats in the domain or x. So here would be a table that would not be a function. That would not be a function, because if I went to 2 on the input, I could get out 4, or if I went to 2, I could get out 7, and see how that would not pass the vertical line test? So in order for it to be a function, there can't be any repeats in the domain or the x value, the input spot.